Happy Wednesday. Welcome to Hollywood on the Rocks. My name is Chris Gore. This is Film Threat's Wednesday live stream show. Want to thank you for joining us today. Lots of news about the Odyssey, Supergirl, and breaking news. The entire plot of Avengers Doomsday has leaked. I have confirmation that it's real. We will go over it. Plus, today, a special treat in anticipation of the 4th of July, a celebration of the movie Jaws, one of my all-time favorite films. We have special guests to join us, but let me bring my friend on the show. Where'd he go?
Damn you, Alan. How dare you hide from Mr. Gore? Alan.
Hey.
Took you long enough. What are you doing?
By the way, I can't wait for Supergirl to be said and done so that you can go back to your regular lighting.
Right. You my dark lighting in tribute to the cinematographer behind Supergirl. My God, we're in trouble. We're in trouble, man. How's it going?
Good. I mean, who knew? Last year, Warner Brothers had 8 hits in a row. And this year they can't even buy a hit.
Yeah, it's not looking good, but let's say hi to the people as we begin.
All right, Darth Yeager, whom I think, if you're so concerned about the beaches, you do whatever you have to keep them safe. But with you or without you, those beaches will be open for this weekend.
Yes, they will. And Darth Yeager, I believe I'm going on a live stream talking about Star Trek in the coming weeks.
I unfortunately can't make it to that one.
My plan is to be a red shirt. I'm not going to last long on that stream, but I'll be there.
Dude 08 VQ. Jaws the Revenge deserves more love. Jaws and Jaws 2 are excellent, though. I've only seen Jaws. I'll just Aron Sharman. Dun 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 dun.
That was terrible. I'm sorry, Alan. You did your best.
I blame the way it was written. Lord Thoth, like, share, subscribe, hit that bell for notifications, sign up as a member, join us on X, Discord, or Rumble, and Instagram. Buy our merch at shop.filmthread as we continue this road to 169,000.
That's right. We're
getting there
rapidly. We're 7,000 away. We might make it before the end of the year, but shop.filmthreat.com. Happy 250th USA. Summertime style. I'm wearing that shirt right now under this shirt. Doomsday duds. You've got bags, pint glasses, coffee mugs, all your Film Threat. If you suffer from nudity, Film Threat t-shirts cure nudity on contact. That is a guarantee. And look, there's our Jaws inspired shirt. So thank you, Lord Thoth. We appreciate you so much. Let's get to it, Alan. There are so many news stories to get to. So here we go. Tom Holland and Alan Ng have something in common. What is this, Alan?
Other than being good looking and married to or dating hot wives.
Yes.
Hot partners. What
continue in this vein. What does this mean?
I have no idea.
Well, okay. So here,
because I have organic web shooters.
You do not. You have maybe one organic web shooter. But let me just, this is from a podcast interview with Tom Holland. Listen to what he has to say and see if you understand.
I now see.
Okay, here we go.
I'm heavily dyslexic, which is one of the reasons why, and I'd love to talk to you today about it, actually, is why I've never done SNL.
Because of the cue cards.
I'm just so petrified at the concept of trying to read something and they change.
Well, I'm sure they have had many dyslexics host.
Totally. It's just that for me, I can read fine.
Yeah.
But when I have to read out loud, it just becomes a kind of, it's like a mental block.
Yeah.
And I can freeze. So for me, my worst day at work is the read through. like at the read through, I will really try and highlight everything and learn my lines ahead of time.
Yes.
So that I'm more kind of skimming it than I am
You're kind of
reading
remembering it visually, but you know it.
Yeah. So I've been really lucky that they've asked me a few times to do it. And the truth is that I'm actually just really scared at the prospect of, I love the show and I love the idea of having fun and making a fool of yourself in such a fun, creative way. It's just that thing of the cue cards.
You have to remember, there have been people that have hosted that have been fully on drugs.
Yeah, that is true.
I think you can do
it. Oh, man. All right. Well, Alan, what do you think of that?
What I think about it? Yeah.
Can you explain a little bit more? Because
look, if you want
to... Wait, you have to read a lot on the show. So,
yeah. Oh, you could ask Atomic Lori about me reading ad reads. Because I can barely get through a sentence at a time. And that's why I have to heavily rewrite a lot of this copy because at least it's familiar to me and I can memorize it. But oh my God.
But there are coping, like you use a plugin
which is not working anymore. But.
Which is like a special font that can improve your ability to read things. Is that?
Yeah, I mean, it's a good font if it was working, because it breaks down each letter. It puts it in a way that they don't collide together and makes it a lot easier. But, as I do more of these readings, I'm realizing, like I can tell you when I read, I'm guessing at what the next word is going to be, and you can tell as I'm reading it that.
By the way, I can tell. Tell. But look, all I can say is this: we all have our flaws. We all have our flaws. We have our own coping mechanisms. I'm pretty ADD. I have to write things down in a list. If I'm going to get anything done in a day, I have to use effort to focus, and I make a list, and I just do things that are the next thing on the list. So I have my own things I deal with, and I read a book about ADD called Driven from Distraction. I never read the book. I said, I can't get through this book. So
why did you do that?
I got the audiobook and I listened to the audiobook, but I did go through like a lot of things in the book and learned a lot. I mean, I feel like we're like X-Men. We all have unique superpowers. Yours is you struggle with reading, and my struggle with this. I just saw a squirrel. You know what I mean? Like it's what it is.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the classic hero's journey. You have the superhero and the weakness. My weakness is dyslexia. And I would imagine if I were fighting a supervillain, the supervillain would probably say something like, I have an evil plan and I've written it down for you.
And then you've got to read the plan, whatever the plan is.
What the hell is this?
Yes. Oh my God. All right. Hey, let's pivot here. There's a couple new trailers dropped, and let's enjoy them together. And we'll get to Doomsday soonish here. Not Alone. Have you even heard of this movie?
No, but I can tell by the title alone, I'm not seeing this one.
What? What do you mean?
It's
okay,
a horror film.
You're gonna be surprised who the voice talent is. It's not horror. Just look. I'm gonna share a screen here. We're gonna watch it together.
You're alone in a house in the dark, and you're not alone.
It's look, when you see it, it's Illumination. Just check this
out. It sounds familiar. I can't.
It's Timothée Chalamet.
Oh, okay. The
first time he's doing something like this that I'm aware of, but yeah. All right. Well, looks
interesting. It looks like two movies.
Yeah, two different movies. I might have seen too much. I assume that'll be in front of the new Minions, which I'm looking forward to. I'm seeing that tomorrow. We'll discuss it. But what do you think? Timothée Chalamet, Oscar nominee, is doing animation voices.
Yeah, and not for Disney. I don't think he's done a single thing with Disney, has he? I'm intrigued. There are things about it that, for example, the love story. Clearly there's a love story in this, and we don't see that often anymore. And as weird as this animation style is, I'm going to still say Illumination is light years ahead of Pixar right now. I mean, those alien creatures, not a lot of thought and design behind it, but it looks pretty good in terms of the way they're animated.
It looks better than Elio.
Yeah, and Hoppers for that matter. Toy Story is the outlier at the moment. It's better than anything Pixar has done, animation wise, in a very long time. And I feel like we're going to return back to the old style of just boring Pixar stuff.
The Odyssey is coming, Alan. We're going to see it soon. Couple weeks. We're going to see it. A final trailer dropped. I think this one may have been screened in theaters. I have not seen this in a theater. The running time of the film is 2 hours and 52 minutes.
Oh my God.
Let's take a look at this final trailer. Yes, 2 hours. Yeah, it's gonna be 3 hours, man. You ready for it?
Yeah.
Okay, let's watch this final trailer, and I want to hear what you have to say. Here we go. It's rated R. Well, Alan, what do you think?
Oh man. Okay. You know what? Oh, you got to turn the.
Sorry, I gotta turn that
thing off.
Yeah.
What one single word do you think Christopher Nolan said over and over again on set? It would be slower. Can we do it again, but slower?
Yeah,
That's
slower and more intense.
Yeah. Yeah. I think you ruined it by telling me it's almost 3 hours long, because right now I have tickets for a 2:00 in the morning screening.
I think you might want to change those tickets, Alan.
I know. So half an hour of trailers. It doesn't. So I won't get out of the theater until 5:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, 6. Well, I won't get home until 6 a.m. And then 2 hours later, we're going to talk about it.
No, we will get invited to an early screening.
Yeah, we
won't
better,
have to suffer through that.
I
But
don't know.
yeah, the more I see, the more I question. We saw Elliot Page in that, apparently playing a character that's not even in the Odyssey, was in another poem by Homer. So we shall see. But I know it's screened for critics. They're doing junket interviews today and tomorrow. Who knows? Who knows?
Who knows if we'll get it right.
At this point, speculate all you want. It's not going to matter. We need to see it.
Yeah. It's like, remember a while ago, I was talking about Superman. I was talking about James Gunn, and I go, look, I know everything coming out so far looks really bad, but this is James Gunn. And, I feel like I have to say the same thing about Christopher Nolan. I know everything looks bad, but this is Christopher Nolan. And like James Gunn, he's not going to let us down. Or maybe like James Gunn, he'll let us down.
Hey, a lot of news today. Let's get to some of this. Gene Wilder's voice is being resurrected by AI for Netflix's Willy Wonka competition series. What the hell is this about? I know we have notes for this story, Alan. I know sometimes you can struggle to read, but give me what's in this article.
Okay. Let me see. That's not it. No, I don't have notes for it.
Well, what it is, this is a
Oh no, sorry, just found it.
Okay,
go for it. Let's do it. Gene Wilder, Netflix is using AI to bring Gene Wilder's iconic Willy Wonka voice back for its upcoming reality competition series, Wonka's Golden Ticket, premiering September 23rd. Created in partnership with 11 Labs and the approval of the Gene Wilder estate, the AI-generated voice will guide contestants as 12 Golden Ticket winners and their partners compete in challenges inspired by the 71 film and Roald Dahl's classic story. The winner will see what Netflix describes as a life-changing prize. Karen B. Wilder, speaking for the estate, praised the collaboration, saying, "People of all ages and backgrounds around the world continue to find joy, laughter, and inspiration in his performance," and added that the series celebrates the warmth and imagination that he brought to the role while honoring the fans who have cherished it for decades. The project continues Netflix expansion of the Roald Dahl universe following its acquisition of Roald Dahl Story Company in 2021, and also highlighting 11 Labs' growing use of AI to recreate the voices of classic Hollywood stars.
I think this is a colossally bad idea.
Mm-hmm.
I love Gene Wilder in that movie. I was around to see him rise in the 70s.
Mm-hmm.
I saw Willy Wonka in the theater. I was around when they sold the candy, the promotional candy. You could buy Wonka bars. They were amazing. I don't like this. It's not like the Val Kilmer thing. I still don't like that, but Val Kilmer was involved with the project. They're now using his AI likeness in a new Western film. But before he passed away, that was a project he was involved in. This is them just cashing in on the brand of Willy Wonka. Now you could do a sound-alike. Let me let you in on a little dirty secret through our friend John Bailey. John Bailey is the voice of Honest Trailers. He is a voice actor that is constantly working.
He is the voice of Award This.
He is the voice of Award This. He is also Ryan Reynolds' voice in Detective Pikachu. He does Ryan Reynolds' voice. And what you don't realize, there is a cottage industry of sound-alikes who get hired to say voice people like George Clooney, among others. They sounded like those actors, so they don't have to go in and record car commercials. I don't like this. He could not have given his permission for this, obviously. You want to do a Willy Wonka competition series on Netflix? What do you need his voice for? Timothy Chalamet is around, who played Wonka, along with Johnny Depp.
Mm-hmm.
I hate it. What do you think, Alan?
Yeah, this is the first step to acceptance. Someone had to do it first, and this is it. This is where you take something iconic and you bastardize it by turning it into AI and getting Gene Wilder to say whatever you need him to say without his consent or approval, because he's no longer with us. And at the same time, for those of us who love Gene Wilder, we have to just accept the fact that it's happening and go screw yourselves, because we're going forward. We're doing it live. This series, there's only one reason why people are going to watch this series: to see how disgusting this AI is, this AI voice is. And there we go. We have crossed the threshold.
By the way, I am not going to watch it.
No, I'm saying if anybody watches it, it will be because of this.
Well, will anybody watch it?
That's the question.
Taylor Sheridan slams Marvel movies. Wait, before I do that, let me just go to this because we've never used this.
I do have the story, by the way.
Good. Get the story up while I'm getting. Come on, it's time for more film threat news. It makes news more fun. Taylor Sheridan slams Marvel movies. From The Wrap. Here we go. Give it to me, Alan.
Taylor Sheridan didn't hold back when discussing modern blockbuster filmmaking, singling out Marvel's storytelling approach as a prime example of what he believes has gone wrong with Hollywood screenwriting. Speaking on the Bill Simmons podcast, the Yellowstone creator said he built his career by avoiding the shortcuts he saw other writers taking. According to Sheridan, too many films ignore the fundamentals of visual storytelling. He argues that you're supposed to show me what's happening. The camera is supposed to move the story, adding that dialogue should focus on how characters feel rather than explaining the plot. Sheridan specifically criticized Marvel films for relying too heavily on exposition. He said all these Marvel movies do it ad nauseum, accusing studios of using information dumps that you have to follow to get the action rather than moving plot with action. He argues that the problem extends beyond Marvel and reflects how the film industry has changed. Sheridan contrasted today's studio system with an earlier era, saying writers and directors once had far more creative power without endless rewrites and constant executive meetings about tone and mood. Sheridan placed much of the blame on modern studio executives, claiming many come from marketing or legal backgrounds rather than storytelling. He argued that lack of experience to develop strong scripts, saying that what do you know about developing story? You know nothing, he says, and suggesting their fear that audiences won't understand stories lead to excessive exposition and studio interference.
Well, Taylor Sheridan is very prolific. I trust his judgment. I love this thing about how characters just say what they feel or have information dumps. I mean, that's just makes things boring. It couldn't come at a worse time. What do you think, Alan?
Yeah, I mean, he's right. I mean, I've been saying it all this time. What are current screenwriters? What are they learning in school? You know, they spend all this money to go to NYU, to all these places to learn how to write, and they don't know how to write. You know, and also whatever happened to watching the classics. You know, one of the approaches I always take with reviewing a movie is the story. You know, tell a good story and I'll forgive your budget. I'll forgive, you know, your shortfalls. I'll forgive the fact that maybe your actors aren't as seasoned as they should be. But the one thing that you don't have to spend a dime on is telling a story. And we're just not, I don't know, Anna Noguera, Supergirl, where did she learn to write?
She wrote a short film, Alan.
Well, she was it good?
I never saw it.
Yeah, it made its way to IMDb, so that must be something.
Hey, sorry, I screwed up. I showed part of the other story before. We have a couple more news stories, and we'll go to your chat, and then we have some guests, and we'll talk Jaws. Where does DC go after the Supergirl box office crash? This is from the Wrap here. Alan, I know you have notes for this one. Give it to me.
DC Studios is facing renewed uncertainty after Supergirl opened to a disappointing 38 million domestic and 68 million worldwide, raising concerns that James Gunn and Peter Safran's new DC universe could be repeating the same mistakes that derailed the previous franchise reboots. One of the biggest criticisms is DC's decision to build its universe around lesser-known heroes with blockbuster budgets. A Warner Brothers insider admitted Supergirl missed on a lot of levels, while others added, you can't launch a non-A-tier superhero with a budget this big anymore. Aside from Jason Momoa's appearance as Lobo, the film relied on relative newcomer Millie Alcock and failed to attract major stars for key supporting roles, limiting its appeal to mainstream audiences. Demographic data showed the intended audience, particularly younger women, largely stayed away. Despite the setback, Warner Brothers insists it remains committed to Gunn and Safran's long-term strategy. Peter Safran said, while Supergirl didn't meet our box office expectations, it's just one component of a broader long-term strategy at DC Studios that we remain confident in. Not everyone shares the optimism. One insider dismissed the current DC strategy, saying it's not a brand. Announcing a universe was dumb. DC created an expectation, and now you have delivered one Superman movie. Another top agent suggested that if the pending Paramount acquisition of Warner Brothers Discovery leads to leadership changes, James Gunn should be nervous, questioning whether he would survive another corporate shakeup.
Wow. Now they're saying out loud what we've been saying for a while based on these problems. You cannot ignore numbers. You can't ignore the box office. You can't ignore taking down the big box standee out of the theater on Monday. Normally they change those out on Thursdays, I'm told. Even though I saw Mando and Grogu, that was up for weeks. It was a photo op. You know, those standees in movie theaters are photo ops. Your photo taken in front of the display, or they even auction those off. The fact that, you know, I saw where they destroyed the standee, and I posted that my X post, I'll find it, just kind of blew up because of that. Like it's unusual. The collapse of this is I mean, I think we could have predicted it pretty easily, But man, I think it's worse than a lot of people thought. What do you think, Alan?
What do I think? Yeah, I mean, if I were buying a new studio and I see results like this, yeah, maybe I would just want a clean house. You know, we mentioned on Monday. Yeah, go ahead.
This is, by the way, this is the AMC Santa Anita Mall in around Arcadia, California area. But here you go. They've got the standee is the Supergirl S is over here. A pile of ripped up cardboard is here. I didn't want to get the worker's face. I don't think that was. And then here's
so you got their ass instead.
So here, well, what can I do? Here's this liminal space. It looks like a Backrooms promo now.
Yeah.
But that's where we are. I think there's going to be a shakeup. And again, yeah, as the person said in the article, announcing a universe was not quite the right idea. Announce a Superman movie, see what people like and grow from there. But a universe, I really think that starting universes is a bad idea.
Well, what's clear is when he made that initial announcement, what now we're realizing is that everything he wanted to do was what James Gunn thought would be cool versus what do DC fans want and what would they think it would be cool. And so he began announcing all this stuff. And I think because maybe 30% of it hit, the other 60% people just accepted. And now you're just realizing it's in trouble. And, you know, and the biggest thing is you don't have writers who know how to write anymore. You have writers who never read the comic books, so they don't understand. And then you have executives who don't know how to budget these things properly. DC Studios is in a mess, and the best thing you could do is clean house. Just fire everybody, start over, and get competent people in leadership.
Avengers Doomsday plot has leaked online. This is a warning to people now. I'm going to go over the first part of it. I won't read the entire thing. Yeah. You can find it for yourself. It went on Reddit. It went on X.
I barely want to know what you're about to tell me.
Okay. Before the show started, I had a conversation with someone via text who confirmed everything in this is real. So we're only going to read one page of it. If you want to read, we're not going to go through the whole thing, but we'll go through how the film begins and a little bit more of this. So look, is this going to hurt the movie? In anticipation of San Diego Comic-Con, where we will see a trailer, we'll see a big presentation. I assume everybody's going to love what they see. It's always, you know, when you're in the room at San Diego Comic-Con, it's almost like a concert type feel or a big sporting event. The enthusiasm is real. But I will put this up and we will read through it, but it is real, confirmed by someone from Marvel. Okay, so you've had your warning, and I'm going to keep the warning up. Here we go. You've been forewarned. All right. Let's get through this.
What is the source here, by the way?
This was on Reddit. It's now screenshots have leaked on X.
Okay.
We'll go through the full plot description of Avengers Doomsday. Doomsday opens in New York City on Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man's Earth. He's fighting Deadpool and Wolverine, who were sent there with a planet-killing bomb built by Beast to destroy Tobey's world in order to save their own universe from an incursion. Let me just say this. So we have heroes going to kill an entire planet. Does that sound very heroic to you?
Well, again, this is the plot line in Marvel Comics that made me no longer read Marvel Comics ever again. And I have not yet read one since then. So this story is familiar to me because I have a few issues of it.
All right, well, let's get through this. Only the first part. Tobey battles Hugh Jackman's Wolverine, who manages to plant the device. Wolverine stays behind when it detonates, and both he and Toby's Spider-Man, along with everyone on that Earth, are killed. Deadpool escapes and returns to his own Earth, which we see in the distance. Charles Xavier watches the destroyed world below with sadness, but they had no choice. We then cut to Tony's funeral. Wait, what?
What?
We then cut to Tony's funeral. Steve speaks with some of the heroes, including Ant-Man, before returning the stones. He goes back in time and chooses to stay with Peggy. They have a son, Jim. One day, Loki visits them. This is before the Loki season 2 finale. So, if you're confused, you will. Are you confused? You will be. He tells Steve about the TVA. Oh God,
yeah.
Oh God. And
so exposition. Okay, got it.
Wait. Loki tells Steve about the TVA and warns him that they will soon prune this timeline because Steve was never meant to live there or have a son. Loki offers them a way out. He can take them to a universe where they don't exist and can live in peace. The Fantastic Four's universe. And it goes on from there. I don't want to read any more.
Yeah, please don't.
Alan, what do you think of these spoilers? As you pointed out, you already know most of this.
Yeah, I already knew those because they were in the first set of spoilers a long time ago from a friend of ours. So that doesn't surprise me, but it just feels like a clusterfuck.
Yeah.
Again, this is, look, I think I'm going to refer to Age of Ultron, that series from Brian Michael Bendis. I really like that one. And I like the fact that it was actually Wolverine and Sue Storm who set the whole universe. But I've always said it. I hate multiverses. I hate them with a passion.
Because
but I think was it Nirvana the band, the show, the movie is the best use of the multiverse that I've seen.
That was
or at least
great.
Time travel in that.
And it's a comedy.
Yeah, but once they started going down that route, once Marvel started going down the route of we're just going to collapse everything like DC did, that's when I just jumped out. I said everything I loved about Marvel Comics, I want to keep it pure and pristine. So I'm jumping out now. So in my mind, I can continue that. And, and for the exact reasons I hated, the whole incursion story and why I only got partway into Secret Wars was because they're just resetting and giving us an excuse to do it. And that's what this movie feels like as well.
Yeah. I don't want to read anymore. I want to see for myself. But my first thought upon that beginning part, I don't like it. I think it's going to confuse even longtime fans and normies too much to digest. And if Steve Rogers does, in fact, just dress like Steve Rogers the whole movie, what are we even doing by this point? People want him as Captain America. With all due respect to Anthony Mackie or Falcon. He was a great Falcon. His Cap movie did not work. And even when if that Cap movie came out now, it would perform as well as Supergirl because that they were still on fumes of Love of Marvel when that came out 3 movies ago. But we're in the end times for superhero movies. So that opening scene actually makes a lot of sense.
See, it's so stupid.
I don't want to learn anymore. And if what you're telling me, I did not read that comic series, but
yeah, I mean, it's like, if you're going to reset everything, let's not make 2 very long, very high budget movies to reset. Just reset. Just go out and say, we're starting over.
You don't need a galaxy or universe ending event to begin. Just make a new movie with the Avengers.
Yeah.
There was a rumor when that Endgame was going to end up with all of the Avengers dying. This was for Infinity War, that all the Avengers, the key Avengers, you know, Hulk, Thor, Iron Man, Captain America, Hawkeye, we're all going to, they were all the key Avengers were going to be killed and defeated by Thanos. And then Captain Marvel was going to go back in time to pluck from the timeline. Wait, listen, this is true. Was going to pluck from the timeline younger versions of all those characters as a way to logically recast the Avengers. That was something that was discussed. Not sure how many people know that. That idea was rejected. It is what it is. And here we are. I think it's so complicated. I'm not sure how it'll be embraced by audiences, but if you want to go look at the entire plot, it's out there. But I will reserve judgment. But you and I will hopefully be in the room at San Diego Comic-Con, and we'll do an out of the theater reaction to the Marvel panel at San Diego Comic-Con in later in July.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to comments.
Let me just there's something to be said about making a movie based on a popular storyline in Marvel versus one that's not popular. Infinity War was popular. The incursion, it was, again, the thing that made me quit Marvel Comics once and for all. Okay, let's do this.
All right, let's go to comments. I have to use the facilities.
Yeah, I know.
Real quick, but start with soups, go down and save any for me. I'll be right back.
Okay. Here we go.
By the way, check out my little graphic there. I went to this Odyssey thing and they made me a bust of my face. That's me.
Well, check out mine because mine's fabulous.
That's something else then.
Okay.
All right. Read through if you would, Alan. We'll get to our special
guests. Yeah, we have guests coming in right now. But in the meantime, the Lone Wolf Club, you haven't seen Jaws truly if you haven't seen it in Infinity War Vision. That's right. Can you see Jaws in the future in Infinity Vision? From over on Rumble, One Punch Fan for $30, sing it, Alan, save Stargate. Save Stargate. Here we go. Garth Knight returns. So the bookworm or Riddler from Batman would be Alan's bane of existence. Possibly, if I really understood that reference. Our own Charmin, I just saw Minions, loved it. Before I saw a trailer for Forgotten Island by Puss in Boots, the Last Wish guy. It really looks interesting. Yeah, interesting story. My wife is getting chemo today, and I'll be watching Minions as she's getting chemo because the movie theater's down the street from the hospital. Bring 2D animation back from Dark Hero fan. I would concur. At least the hand-drawn stuff. Pilgrim Media for 2. What happened, guys? Yeah, what happened? What's going on? Oh, you guys are blocked for 35. We probably played something that we shouldn't have.
We got blocked for a second. The Odyssey hurt the stream.
Yeah, because they really don't want us promoting that movie.
Yeah. Thank you, Brandon. Appreciate you.
Heaven forbid.
Is Citizen Vigilante 2 legit news? Yes, it is. It was on Uwe Boll's account.
Yeah. He
posted it. One Punch Man fan, $3 Chris Diapers Fund. Oh, take it. Thank you.
Infinity Media Productions. Current screenwriters have no clue how to write. I have more clue how to write a screenplay than most screenwriters, and I've never written a screenplay. Libra All Women, married for 5 months. Congratulations again, Chris, on your nuptials.
Oh, thanks.
Yes, Mr. Chris Gore.
Appreciate it. Let's go through. We'll get all.
Not another name for 5. Logan's Run turned 50. Congrats on a real sci-fi classic.
Oh, thank you. And check this out. A huge from Rob Shea, $159.99. I don't know what that is. Belated wedding gift. Have some champagne on me. Oh, thank you so much. That is.
By the way, I want to thank all of you guys for funding my windshield repair because last week my car got totaled. So thanks for all.
Are you joking?
No, I'm not joking. Well, I told you about the accident last week, but
Yeah, I
it's
didn't
official
realize
now.
it totaled.
It's official. Oh man, the damage was a lot worse than I had even.
Oh my
realized.
God. Well, thank you, Rob. I appreciate it. Sorry to hear about that, Alan.
Oh so I'm Carlos at the moment. Zelly Mix for 5. Hey Chris, you can forget about watching FNT while you're eating. You know why? Because it's dinner time.
Hell yeah.
It's dinner time. Zelly Mix again for 5. Hey Chris, you can forget watching TV while you're eating. You know why? Because it's dinner time. Right, Alan? Right?
Oh my God. Thank you.
Garth Knights returns for 10. Congrats on your recent nuptials, Chris.
Thank
you and your new bride can now share rearing duties of Alan. Diaper changes, stroller rides in the park, where people can compliment on what a plump baby he is.
Not anymore. Alan's lost a lot of weight.
I'm actually at the lowest weight I've been at probably in 25 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Here we
I think I'm at wedding
couple more, and we have our special guests. I can't wait to join
Makoto us. For 2. I'm tired of universes. You're not the only one. Just make one good movie.
Exactly. Look at this.
And the Lone Wolf Club. Confusion will return in Avengers Confusion Day.
That's right. But it's time, folks. It's time for our Jaws celebration, and we have special guests that are going to be joining us. I'm going to bring them on one at a time. But it's really important. And let's talk to them. Let's celebrate Jaws. And who do we have joining us first? Who is here?
Captain
You don't
Quint.
know me? You know what I do for a living? I'll catch this bird for you, but it ain't gonna be easy. It's not like going down to the pond and getting bluegill and tommy cod. This fish, swallow you whole. Cheers.
Captain Quint is here.
Don't know
Quint,
me.
good to see you. That's great. Wait, there you go. You got to do it.
Chris, this is to you. Congratulations.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Of course, we're talking to my friend, Mark Atkinson, who put together the Jaws 50th panel at
That's right.
WonderCon, among others.
And Comic-Con.
And Comic-Con.
And Comic-Con, yeah.
Exactly. But you're also a longtime Jaws fan. Look at that collection in the background.
Oh, yeah.
That's amazing.
I've added some. I got some cool pieces during Monsterpalooza as well.
Oh, wow.
Look at that. I was there when you got that.
Yeah, that was fun. We were hanging out a couple weeks ago. We were walking around, grabbing a bunch of, you got Godzilla stuff, and I got this. I got this at Nostalgicon. I don't have one of these, so I'm gearing up.
Do you have the Jaws popcorn bucket?
Of course, yeah, it's right over here. Here,
I got one of those, folks. I got one of those. Here, you just
there you go.
Right in the belly of the shark.
Of course.
This movie, and let me look. I've also got our Film Threat Jaws inspired T-shirt on, which you got it on too. Yes, look at this.
I'm a team player.
There we go.
You don't know me.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, this movie, I don't think anyone can describe the phenomenon that was Jaws. It was unlike, when it first released, it was unlike anything. It played the whole summer. It was terrifying. Can't believe the movie was PG. But the thing is, I don't remember at the time, there wasn't merch. There was a Jaws like game that was kind of cheesy, like, pull things out of the shark, but there weren't like, I don't remember like t-shirts, or I don't remember merch. A couple years later, Star Wars came out and the merch exploded. So it's just great. We're living in the best time of Jaws.
I think so.
And to join us and help us with the conversation, I'm going to invite on the show a fellow Michigander.
Yes.
Who has written a book about Jaws, who's talked to, put that on screen if you would.
Just in case he doesn't.
Yeah. It's just when you thought it was safe. And this book is the most detailed book Pat Jankiewicz, who I'm about to bring on, knows more about Jaws than people who are in Jaws. Let me just say that. Pat, welcome to the show, man.
There he is.
Thank you, Chris, Mark, and Alan. Thank you, boys. I'm touched.
Yeah. Good to see you.
I'm sorry about your ride, Alan.
Yeah. Me too. I love that car.
But Pat, you wrote this book in loving detail. You've been on so many Jaws panels. I've been on a panel with you. We've talked after.
You were great. You were on 2 panels, San Diego and WonderCon.
That's right. But tell me, why are we still talking about Jaws now?
Because I think it's like you said, it's a cultural phenomenon. I think we're also looking at, there was merch, there was T-shirts all over the place when Jaws came out. The soundtrack album did huge. It was like the highest grossing soundtrack album since The Sound of Music. So until John Williams' Star Wars score knocked it out of the way, it was like the best-selling movie soundtrack for years.
Well, I had that soundtrack, and I remember I grew up at a time where we had albums, and you would listen to the music with your headphones on or just listen, and you would just read every piece of text on the inside sleeve and the back.
Backwards and forwards.
And if you had that Jaws album, you would look so close at that near naked woman at the top, just looking as close and as long as my 3rd grade mind could, muster. I don't know. Mark's having
camera issues.
He's having camera issues here, but I don't think we were around when it first came out. You can't really even begin to realize how important it was.
Your parents were excited about a movie. I'd never seen that before. You know what I mean? I mean, my mom had read the book, and it was the weirdest. Do you remember they had that like 50-cent plastic shark? And if you stepped on it in the dark, it felt like a punji stick going through your foot. Yes,
I remember. I just remember the merch was paled in comparison to Star Wars.
Yeah. Well, with Star Wars, it was all universe building. The main creature in this was the shark. So what was interesting is, I remember there were T-shirts, the album, the Slurpee cups. You remember the Slurpee cups?
Yes, I do. But that was all
7-Eleven made Slurpee cups.
Yeah, there were lots of other Slurpee cups, so it wasn't that big. It wasn't like when Star Wars came out, there was merch we'd never seen before.
Right.
Look at that. What's that, Mark?
Someone just asked if we saw the play. The shark is broken.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
You saw
it on Broadway.
I forgot that was.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
But
it was great. I saw it with Ian Shaw, Robert Shaw's son, playing Robert Shaw. It was amazing. Right. I mean, the only one who does a better Robert Shaw impression of him is me. But no, it's excellent. If you get a chance to see it, it's great. It was great on Broadway, and I'm sure it's great. I don't know, in your neck of the woods.
We're going to go to our audience to get some Jaws questions. And I have some Jaws news stories we can react to. But Pat, tell us about this book. This was a labor of love. The reason I know you're not a millionaire is you had to fire your butler. You don't have you know what I mean? Like, this was something where you wrote a historical document about everyone who was about the town where it was shot, the people, and there are parts of the movie that almost feel like a documentary because a lot of the extras and bit parts of the movie were locals.
Amazing. Mrs. Kidner was a local hire. Can you imagine putting the emotional weight of the movie, which is what she represents, on a local hire? Unheard of. Yeah. I mean, everybody, when they grab one of my favorite Jaws facts in the movie, if you watch the movie, the boys are a local hire, and they have thick Boston accents. They brought in the voice. You know who June Foray is?
Yep.
Yeah.
June Foray is the voice of, Rocky the Flying Squirrel. She's talking Tina, the evil doll from Twilight Zone. Yep. She redubs a crucial line in Jaws. If you watch the movie, the kid playing Michael Brody, this is something I discovered from my book. the kid playing Michael Brody has a thick Boston accent. But his one big line of expository to set up the joke, the pond's for old ladies. The kid, hey, Ma, I got bit by a vampire. But if you watch later in the movie, June Foray redubs one of his lines, which is, the pond's for old ladies. That was June. I talked to June in her 90s. She said Spielberg made her do Talking Tina lines when they were dubbing it in between. So she does that line so you perfectly understand the joke, the setup joke, do it for the old man, So that was one of my favorite little factoids. I also love the scene in Jaws 2 where Jaws 2 was so over budget. So they had to launch it twice. I talked to John Hancock, the original director, and Jeannot Schwartz, the replacement director. If you watch the movie, Jeffrey Kramer plays the deputy, Lenny Hendricks. In the second movie, Lorraine Gary and Roy Scheider call him by his real name. Watch the scene where Roy Scheider gets drunk, and they keep calling him Jeff. And at first, I'd heard, I told Jeannot Schwartz and I told Jeffrey, and neither of them could believe it. They go, it was a $20 million movie. It was huge. Nobody caught it.
Well, hey, what I love is the re-release of Jaws in theaters. It's being played and seen by new audiences. In fact, it's playing at the Frida Cinema this weekend. It's a Spielberg summer. You can see Jaws this weekend in a theater.
I love the Frida.
In Santa Ana, California. There's no better theater. It's not the only place. And Mark,
the Arrow is showing it too, Chris.
Yeah, I mean, Mark, if you remember during the pandemic, you and I went to see Jaws at the drive-in.
The Mishitiki.
It was great it was so annoying, social distancing and wear a mask, whatever. We were drinking beers in the car.
That's right, we were.
Perfect.
We saw it back then.
Steaming up those windows. No, only kidding. There's a couple of us.
Last year I saw it in IMAX. It was the IMAX translation, which was pretty amazing.
But
like Alan said, when you watch it in IMAX, you'll see all the details, like Quint's name on his coat. Everything you lose on TV. Spielberg's dog is the family dog in the Brody house, Elmer. You lose Elmer on the pan and scan TNT version, but when you saw it, like you said, Alan, on the big format, the dog is all over the movie.
Yeah. Spielberg even did the opening for the IMAX feature. Just
fantastic
to have it.
Yeah. And there's so much Jaws news. There is a newsletter called the Jaws Daily. That's crazy. And
Ross Williams, great guy.
Yep. I just talked to him yesterday. Daily Jaws.
Oh my God. So the Daily Jaws is a website that exists, and the Daily Jaws actually did a story on Mark's panel. Here, I mean, you can check that out. So, and you can go to it's thedailyjaws.com, just daily news about Jaws, which I find crazy. That actually exists. But check this out. Steven Soderbergh has launched an app. Do you have notes for this story, Alan, from Deadline?
I don't know about this.
Steven Soderbergh launches a Jaws tribute app, production 02074, and creates an inventive format for Spielberg's making of Shark Tale.
No, I don't have it. It's a different story for Soderbergh.
That's okay. But this is what's amazing now. You can get an app that, about Jaws to follow the making of Jaws, which is one of the most, I mean, I don't need to tell you, one of the most troubled productions in history. Before we go to questions, and what else can you tell us, Pat, and where can people get your book?
Oh, my book you can order on Amazon, and I also did the comic book Cosplayer versus Shark from Antarctic Press.
Wait, hold that up so we can see the whole thing. That's great.
Sure.
Nice.
It's at your comic shops now nationwide, Antarctic Press. And
Love it.
I was going to mention that since I've Never let a plug go to waste.
Throw the book up. Throw the book up.
Oh, sure. Sorry.
Never let
There we
a
go.
plug go to waste. That's
Never let a
That's
plug go
great.
to waste. And there it is on
Yeah, there it
Amazon.
is.
Just
Only
when
the
you-
hardcover is available, but it's cheaper than the paperback.
Yes.
And it's on Kindle and audiobooks on
Oh my
yeah.
God, the audiobook is read by the guy who wrote Hurricane Billy. He does a great job with it. He has this jazzy radio voice that is just fantastic, you know.
Wow.
Also, all three of you know why today is important in Jaws history, right?
I don't know, but you're going to tell us.
I sure am. July 1st, 1980, it's the 46th birthday of one of the finer Jaws ripoffs, Alligator, written by John Sayles, starring Robert Forster. And more importantly, this is where Charles Bruder got the astonishingly, it might have been Charles Van Zandt. Both victims had the same first name. Charles Van Zandt went for a pre-dinner swim with his dog while his family was staying in New Jersey. When he went into the water, he became the first victim of the Jersey Maneater, also known as the 12 Days of Terror. The bull shark or great white shark that ate 5 people on the summer of 1916 in New Jersey. Direct influence on Peter Benchley mentioned in both the movie and the book.
Well, we've got over 1,000 people watching live. Let's get some questions from our
1,000 people.
audience. Let's get some questions. It's like 2 rooms of people who saw your panel, Mark.
Yeah.
Isn't that
this is-
amazing?
well,
We packed Comic-Con. I'm very proud of it. I mean, it was Jaws, but it was great to have a packed house, you know.
We had 1,000 people at Comic-Con and about 600
Wow.
people at WonderCon.
Wow.
Packed rooms.
This is
so-
true.
All because
Smaller
of you
buildings.
guys.
Thank you, Pilgrim Media, for the congratulations. I was married this past weekend. It was it's the best marriage I've ever been to. The best wedding I've
Until
ever
the
been
next one.
to. No, it's the best wedding I've ever been to.
Too soon, Alan.
Yeah, One Punch Man, $3 for Alan's future car fund. Yeah.
Oh no.
I hope Alan has good insurance. I don't know. We'll see.
No, it's the other guy who needs good insurance.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, I
Thank
need
God.
the other guy to have good insurance. Sam Spurgeon,
Oh,
Mr. Jankiewicz, is there still a Bruce hanging on the scrapyard sign in Orange County, I think?
It was not Orange County. It was Sun Valley. You pick that shark has been restored. He was fixed by Greg from The Walking Dead, and he now hangs proudly in the Hollywood Museum. That was the last one. By the way, tell him that was the U Pick Part Cemetery where Lonnie Anderson tries to crush Bill Bixby in a trash compactor. It's also where Kolchak faced down the zombie in Kolchak the Night Stalker. It was Universal Studios' favorite dumping ground. That's how Bruce the Shark wound up there. Tell the person who just asked me that, I tried to get a shot of that for my book. Ramses Praria, who played young Grasshopper in Kung Fu, told me it was there. When I went to that yard, they were all instructed to attack anyone who was trying to photograph the shark because they thought they were from Universal. So they banged on the hood of my old Honda until I drove away.
Wow.
We've got so many questions.
By the way, is
Let's try
that
to
the
get
Bruce
all of
that's
these.
hanging at the Academy Museum?
Yeah.
That's the very one. Greg
speaking
Greg
of,
fixed it up.
I have
Greg
pictures
is-
of that.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one from You Pick.
Greg
It was the You
Nicotero
Pick
from The
Part.
Walking Dead.
Yeah, it was like yes, exactly. Greg Nicotero from The Walking. I should have said that first. Yeah, it's about a mile from where my brother lives. It's a great little place, and it's just beautiful. You know.
We have a lot of questions for you guys. Let's try to get through them.
Sure. And
let's
everyone
see.
should check out the exhibit in the LA area because it closes later on in the month.
Yeah, you got like a week to go, a week and a half to go. So please get
Okay.
down there.
All right, Razorburn, to both super fans, have you heard the true crime story about a woman that appears in Jaws as an extra and was found murdered weeks later? The case.
Stephen King's son brought that up. Yeah.
Is it true?
Yeah, well, there was it was and it wasn't. It turned out I don't believe it's her. I remember reading it was Stephen King's son who publicized that. I think it turned out to be someone who looked like her, but it wasn't her. You know,
Okay.
just one more weird footnote to this amazing movie.
Mm.
All right, Razorburn, I saw Jaws in IMAX last year. It was awesome. Yes.
It was. Oh, I saw it last year in at the Hollywood Bowl. Chris, you were there too, right?
Yeah, I was there. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't see you. I didn't know you were there, and I saw. I'm like, wait, I was there too.
It was a live.
15,000 people were there.
Yeah, it was the LA Philharmonic.
Did
my brother
Williams-
John had
Williams-
Dodgers tickets. I saw
Did, John
Nomo
Williams
instead.
connected? Okay.
No, not John.
Williams
No.
was not there. Yeah.
John Williams will not play the Jaws theme. I saw him 4 times at the Bowl.
Willy?
Never played Jaws. No encore, nothing. He won't play it.
Ooh.
Do you know why?
Yeah, he hates when people laugh when he starts to play it. I think he's mistaking a laugh of delight for a laugh of, you know what I mean? He doesn't like people. They laugh when they finally hear him playing it. And considering that the 3rd time I saw him at the Bowl, the whole poster was the bowl done up with shark eyes on the side. It's a little annoying, you know?
All right, let's read these. People want.
Okay, Marco CCS. Jaws created a societal shift.
100%.
Sure. The first blockbuster.
Quint made it out and crashed in on the film and movie rights. Yes, Quint. Sir Dirty Dog Jaws is simply
well and adieu to the fair Spanish lady.
The original Captain Durag. Here's to swimming with bow-legged
women.
Over on Rumble, One Punch Fan for 3, RP to Alan's beloved car. What was the make in year 2018 Subaru Forester, and my mom owned it. She drove it for 6 years and only racked up 60,000 miles on it.
Wow. Impressive.
Sam Spurgeon, any day in the 90s and early aughts, Jaws was on TNT or TBS, sometimes a TV version, sometimes with extra scene version. A couple of times they even played the unedited theater version. But did they do the letterbox on
TBS?
Letterbox was usually TCM. TCM did the letterbox, you know?
This is the winning super chat of the day. Look at that.
Infinity Media Productions for 2. Has anyone seen Jaws more than 5,000 times? I have.
Insane.
Uncle
Congrats
Jimmy
to you.
The scene when they drink together on the Orca is one of my favorite movie scenes. Yes.
Oh, yes. The infamous Indianapolis speech.
Yeah. And I think we do have notes for that story about the Soderbergh app.
Yes.
Why don't we go to those right now, Alan? Go for it.
All right, here we go. Steven Soderbergh has released Production 02074, an interactive app celebrating the making of Jaws, timed with the film's 51st anniversary. Combining production photos, Spielberg's original production logs, and Soderbergh's own analysis. The app is designed as a filmmaking masterclass rather than a traditional book. Priced at $24.99, all the proceeds goes to animal charity. Spielberg calls it a film school and an app. Director said Jaws was the movie that inspired him to become a filmmaker, explaining he saw it 31 times in the theaters, not quite 5,000, and has continued studying it ever since. His goal was to create an affordable resource that let aspiring filmmakers experience Spielberg's creative process day to day, rather than publishing an expensive coffee table book. One of Soderbergh's biggest takeaway is that Jaws endures not because of its famous shark attacks, but because of its characters. He said, what makes the film resonate with people to this day is the character work, praising Spielberg's ability to deliver exposition naturally through the scenes with Brody's conversations with Mayor Vaughn and the family dinner sequence. The app also highlights the extraordinary challenges of making Jaws, with the troubled 140-day shoot was plagued with mechanical failures, especially the malfunctioning shark. Soderbergh believes few directors besides Spielberg could have finished the film, saying no one else would have had the vision and the tenacity to see it through. He describes the production as a lesson in perseverance, leadership, and creative problem solving. And he encourages this to future filmmakers: don't stop trying to make it better until you're fired or you have to contractually deliver it.
Wow.
Hey, Chris, there you go.
I got to check out that app. But what else can you tell us, Pat, about? I mean, you're a wealth of knowledge. I've been on 2 panels with you about Jaws and the stories in your book. I mean, I think you would impress Spielberg with your wealth of knowledge.
You'll like this, Chris. I interviewed James Cameron. Well, I think you will like it too, Mark and Alan. But I interviewed James Cameron, and I gave him a copy of the book. So I run into Cameron about a month after that. And James Cameron goes, "Guess who saw your book?" And I go, "Who?" And he goes, "Steven." Well, before, and I go, "Is Steven who I think it is?" And he goes, he took Avatar technology. He took a meeting with Universal and took a meeting with Spielberg. About 5 years before you saw that 3D Jaws print that Universal did for the 50th last year, James Cameron proposed to them and Spielberg to do it with Avatar technology. He said, "Can you imagine the shark jumping on the boat in 3D? Can you imagine Ben Garner's head in 3D?" Yeah. So what he did is he brought he had breakfast at the Beverly Hills Hotel with Steven Spielberg. He said Spielberg picked up my book and started flipping through it when he handed it to him. Flipped through it. And then when he got to the part on the first movie, he dropped the book on the table like it burned his fingers. And this is right from Cameron. So Cameron said, he goes, "I would never disrespect Terminator like that." He goes, "You owe Jaws. It's the one that gave you everything. I respect Terminator because it got me there." And he said, Spielberg put his hands up and said to him, "That movie tried to kill me." So he has deep personal issues with Jaws to this day.
Yeah.
And I mean, people, when you hear his stories, when you hear stories about him, Bill Butler remembered sitting with him on a barge in the middle of the ocean. And he goes, he knew the rules of Universal. If you were a day late at Universal, you got a warning. If you were a week late, there was another person sitting in your chair the next week. And Bill Butler said Spielberg was trying to feel him out and see what he thought. And he goes, "Well, you think it's over for me?" And Bill Butler said, "Steven, we've been here 2 months over our finish." He goes, "You've got nothing to worry about." You know, and
wow.
And because the footage looked good, I mean, even in the book, Let Me Entertain You, David Brown, the co-producer, they talk about how the footage was good. They fired poor John Hancock, but they let Spielberg stay in the chair. And I think they made a mistake firing Hancock, because the Jaws 2 script would have been, the Jaws 2 script his wife came up with was actually better than the by the rote remake they did. But if you look at the original film, sorry, go on, boys.
I said, I'm sure it was.
Oh, yeah. But when everybody worked on this movie, they had no idea it would affect their lives for years to come. Yeah. I mean, Jeffrey Voorhees, who worked at the Wharf restaurant, they named. Yeah, very good. Did you have the tuna melt? Did you have the Alex Skinner?
I did. I've been to the Wharf. He's he was one of the managers of the Wharf, which is the Wharf pub on Martha's Vineyard where they shot Jaws, and they actually had a sandwich named after him called the Alex Kittner. And then you know the story about Mrs. Kittner, right?
No.
Yeah, coming in and I dreamed I had a son who got eaten. Yeah.
Yeah.
But what happened is whenever he was mean to the waitresses as the manager, they would point to him in the restaurant and go, "That's the kid from Jaws." So he'd have to spend 10 minutes glad-handing the tourists.
Yeah. And they love it, man. I was over there last year. A bunch of us, Luke and Jim.
You were at Martha's Vineyard.
Yeah, I was at Martha's Vineyard. I've been twice.
Out.
Well, I grew up in New England, first of all.
They're doing a planned screening for in the water. This is on Facebook. You can find this. Martha Vineyard's Jaws, Amity Island, July 11th. Owen Park. Float in the dark. Watch Jaws in the water if you dare. So that's pretty cool. But they
did that for the first Jaws Fest. I did that with a bunch of the people. Susan Backlini was there. God rest her soul. Everybody was there and watching it in the water. As water is pretty damn cold too,
Yeah. Yeah.
What was it like to go there? You've got some. I think there's some videos you have I can show. But,
you'll have a recovered memory when you go there, Chris. It's like you've been there before, even if you haven't, because you've seen the movie so many times. You know.
Yeah, I went there last year for the 50th to get footage for the for our panel and to party.
I was
And it
supposed to be
Josh's
there. I
50th,
had to
so-
cancel at the last minute because I had a
That's
gig.
right. You had a booth. You were gonna sign autographs and stuff. Yeah,
I was doing that. But we were doing reshoots on GPS. You know.
Yeah.
If I remember right, last year Jaws came out in every format.
Yes.
In theaters. So 4DX, 3D, IMAX, Dolby Digital.
And he refuses to do a commentary on it, by the way. Did you know that?
Yeah, the PTSD. That's why.
Yeah. You know?
He finally admitted, though, he's like, he said this in an interview just last year on Good Morning America or something like that, celebrating the 50th. And he's like, I watched it the other week, and for years I avoided it, but it's actually a pretty good movie. And I'm just like,
check this out. So this
Oh,
is your
that?
panel.
Wow, look at that,
San
gang.
Diego Comic-Con. Look, I'm wearing a
I was
Captain
there.
Sir. Yeah, and this is one of the clips from your trip.
Here, just in case you weren't, just to give you a little taste.
Oh, is this music?
Started
in-
early.
yeah. When you're on the island, there they all are.
Richard
Dreyfuss.
Hello, Comic-Con. Cheeseman here. We are on Martha's Vineyard here by the replica version of the Orca they're doing, celebrating Jaws 50. Jaws 50, can you believe it, Marty? This is Marty Milner. He helped build the original Orca and also did a little bit of work on the mechanics of the shark. What's it like being here 50 years after Jaws?
It's good to be back on Martha's Vineyard because I have a lot of people who are here who are my friends. And it's always good to touch back with people that, you've been friends with for over 50 years. And if you're lucky enough to live as long as I have, and you've got 5 friends, you're doing well. And I've got a lot more than that because of basically the guy I am. And on Jaws, I basically made a reputation for myself both on the island and with the movie people as somebody who was indefatigable and absolutely
How about that
relentless
vocabulary?
with the pursuit of a solution to any problem.
Wow, Richard
Cheeseman here,
Dreyfuss.
Martha's Vineyard with Renee Ben David. Tell us
Well,
about your
this
experience
guy's a
working
trip.
on the film. Show us the picture on there.
I was 14 years old, did like everybody else, interviewed for a part in the movie, and I ended up being Chief Brody's son's friend in the movie. And my part was called an estuary sailor.
Which one of these kids were you right here?
This one right here is me. All right. Tommy Mello from the island. This is Chris. This is an outtake, this picture. Teddy Grossman, who was the stuntman that lost his leg in the movie. We were having an argument. Steven Spielberg said, make up an argument. We didn't have set lines. So my big line in the movie was, hurry up and tie that knot.
Oh, here we go. The bridge.
Everyone jumps off the bridge.
Yeah.
And you yell Hendrix.
Hendrix.
That's me. No stunts required.
I am on the Jaws beach right now. Look up at the sky. We have Shark Week being promoted in the same spot that some of the iconic Jaws scenes were filmed.
Great.
So right here, down here is the main beach. This is where everybody who's watching for sharks was out this direction.
Summer dollars.
Now, there used to be a
Summer
lot more
dollars.
beach here. It's a little more overgrown, but this is probably around the general spot that Peter Benchley, when he did his cameo, is when he was doing the news report. He played the reporter. And then basically, here's the pond. Over this direction is where the shark attack actually happened, where Michael and all them were on the pond area. Shark! Here we are in the scene where the girl screamed shark. I think it might have been Joel's girlfriend, possibly, that they might have said.
Yeah.
She supposedly was
That's right.
there today here in Martha's Vineyard. But this is the exact spot here where she was yelling across to Chief Brody and the Amity crowd. And then the shark crossed over there. And then there's even a shot of her standing on these rocks over here where she's pointing that we all reenacted. But this gives you a good lay of the land that the beach they were at was over there. The shark comes in there, and then the pond is over there. So we're going to take a look at the pond. Hey everybody, so this is the spot right here where Brody ran across and then he jumped over here to get to his son Michael, who just saw the shark attack. So right down here is the actual beach where they found him and then the death occurred out there in the water. And then if you come with me now, the shot they did where he looks through the bridge actually would be very hard to do, which this is a little cinematic trick is I'm pretty sure they shot that from the water because there's no way from this
dope on the bridge
angle you could look directly through to see the ocean out there. That is what Brody was looking at. So this over here is the official pond area that was in the movie Jaws. And again, there was the girl screaming. And then on the far side is the beach day that they had over there. And it was also the place that Alex Kittner died. So we are here in Martha's Vineyard. The con guy, couldn't be a better day. Look at this, perfectly sunny. Perfect day to go swimming.
Shark!
Oh.
There we go!
He's good. And that's inside the wharf, by the way.
Wow, really? I did not know that. I spend most of my time there at the Black Dog and the city headquarters.
All right, so shout out to the con guy.
Wow.
Yay.
Look
who
at
helped
that.
put together that panel.
So that was a clip of a clip. Like that was a clip of the panel.
There was a clip from the panel and then
Yeah.
a clip that was used in the panel. But
Yeah.
we'll
So watching
put
a clip of a
links-
clip of a clip. Yeah.
we will put links in this description to the panel so everyone can
Oh,
watch
great.
the WonderCon panel and the San Diego Comic-Con panel. Do you have any other panels coming up, Mark?
I do, as a matter of fact. So unfortunately, we're gonna do away with the Jaws for maybe another 4 years. Maybe we'll do a 55th because this year is a couple of milestones for a lot of movies, but one of them, probably one of the best sci-fi action movies ever made. Probably one of the best sequels ever made. It's the 40th anniversary of Aliens.
Yay!
Whoa!
Yes.
Whoa! Okay, and when is that panel? I think I have details on this panel.
Okay,
and you have
sure,
some of the
yes.
cast right here.
Yes, we did a little version of it during WonderCon, but this time it's going to be bigger. It's going to be better because it is WonderCon. We were going to have Michael Biehn there this time. Again, we're going to have Jeanette Goldstein, who's a gem, and Mark Rolston. We're going to have Ross Rico.
This is at San Diego. What day and
This
what
is the
time?
San Diego. This is going to be Thursday, July 23rd at 5:30 to 6:30 in room 6A, which is the very room we were in last year for the Jaws.
Wow.
I will be there. I
Yes,
will.
you
I will
will.
too.
Aliens. That's
Yes, you
awesome.
will.
That's
Yes.
awesome, Mark. That's great.
Congrats, Mark. That's a great sounding
Thank you.
panel.
Yeah,
That's
I know.
one of two panels I have. I don't want to be a plug machine, but
Oh, that's good.
But you
And
might as
then
well. What's the second one?
Plug
Okay,
it, boy.
I'll
And then
make a
we'll
wrap
also-
real
Yay.
quick. We just found out a couple days ago that another of my panels got accepted called Concert Heroes. It's about an independent film that we made. It's a comedy. It stars Chris Kattan, Horatio Sands, E.G. Daly, Rick Romanus, best known as Damone from Fast Times. I got a little part in it myself.
Oh, I did a
And-
movie with him. I'm in Out of the Shadows with him. He's my psychiatrist when I go on a killing spree. Before
Sounds about
Michael,
right.
spoiler alert.
Yeah, and we just found out that we are accepted. Right now, we're working on all the logistics of it. And that will be on Saturday at 11:15.
Wow.
And it's going to be in a big ballroom. It's going to be in the Indigo Ballroom at the Hilton, which it's a big one. Yeah. So
His late brother, Romanus's late brother, was the voice of Harry Canyon in heavy metal.
I
There
want
you go.
to
Fun
make
fact.
sure if you follow Mark on Instagram, where can
Hmm.
people follow you to get more info?
yeah, at the Mark Atkinson. I think I put Captain Quentin as like my name under here, didn't I? When I signed in for the
Yes, you did.
It's all good. At Mark, look up Mark
Yes.
Atkinson. You'll
the
find
Mark
him.
Atkinson, not just any
The
Mark
Mark
Atkinson.
The Mark.
The Mark Atkinson.
And then
Yellow background.
And you are
I
an
don't
award
scratch my
this
head.
stalwart as well.
Yeah, what's so funny is Mark
Yeah.
is the actor who plays the award in Award This.
There we go.
Oh.
Look at it.
He's the he's the golden guy. He's all gold. And then Pat, your book is on Amazon. Just when you thought it was safe, a Jaws companion hardback.
From Bear Manor Press. Yeah, it's on Amazon and it's read on tape by the great Nats, read on CD by the great Nat Segeloff, who wrote Hurricane Billy and the new Exorcist book. And Cosplayer versus Shark is available at your local comic shops from Antarctic Press, who do
Awesome.
Warrior Nun.
Awesome. I want to thank you guys for a
Thank
Jaws
you.
tribute. I'm going to see you both, I hope both of you, at San Diego.
1,000%. Yeah.
Film
And
Threat
congrats
has-
on your wedding, by the way. That's very sweet. Congrats.
Thank you. I
Oh, yeah.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
Is that what do you have? What is it?
I got one of your gifts here.
Look at this.
Wow.
You can put that up in the new crib.
From Batman
Whoa.
Begins. It'll be perfect. God,
It's
You
a
mean
four
over the
piece.
crib?
Yeah.
exactly. I want to thank you guys for
Thank you.
doing the show. I'll see you both at Comic-Con, and check out. We'll have links to Pat's book. We're gonna have links.
Thank you,
to,
sir.
Mark's panels and all the info, and follow
Cool.
them. And gentlemen, thank you so much.
Just one more thing, guys. Just one more thing
yes.
before we go.
Yes,
It's
please.
2026 this year. Next year is 2027. It'll be the 40th anniversary of Jaws: The Revenge. I'm thinking about doing another panel. So
Do it.
maybe you'll
Count
be
me
on this
in.
one.
Count me in. You know, the director, they
Exclusive.
reshot that a month after it bombed. They went back to reshoot the foreign version where Mario Van Peebles lives.
Yeah. There you go. Well, there you go. Save that for the panel next year, Pat.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you both. Take care. I'll see you in San Diego in a couple weeks. And what would be a
And
good
what?
line? What would be
A good goodbye.
Yeah, a good goodbye. Give me a
Show
good
me the way to go.
Way to go.
Boom, boom, boom. I'm tired and I want to go to bed. Boom, boom, boom. It's been about an hour since we.
Well, Alan,
Yeah.
that was great. That
Okay.
was awesome. It was great. Just follow those guys. Again, we'll put the links in, and you can.
Yeah. And if you're in San Diego during Comic-Con,
Yes,
there.
if you're in San Diego, that's great. We gotta wrap up the show today. Alan has a hard out, but we will be back on Friday with reviews. First of a few last super chats. Hey, the Book of Quint, Jaws prequel, 15-month bestseller on Audible, allowed to publish by Wendy Benchley in 2022, will protect Jaws from remakes and reboots. Jaws Obsession podcast is a big fan of Film Threat.
Oh.
From Plan 9 from Syracuse for 20. Thank you so much. And thanks to our mods, Lord Thoth, MK Salad, ADLS24, and Ololikwe on Rumble. Thank you to Atomic Glory. And thank you to Alan, not the best driver. Total.
No, I was
Duke.
driving fine. There's the guy behind me who doesn't know how to drive. Doesn't know how to use a brake.
Oh, man. Well, hopefully you will get, like, I was in an accident last December. I didn't have to pay a cent. They
Yeah.
covered everything. So I got
Yeah.
very lucky.
Yeah, unfortunately, the accident occurred in the state of California, and so
Ah, dang it.
yeah.
California. All right. Thank you to everyone. We're going to be back Friday. Lots of reviews, lots of news, special guests. And I know it was a little chaotic today, but we're just here to have fun. It's going to be a very good show. At least the windows fixed.
Yeah, actually,
Right,
that was
forget-
the one piece of the car that came out unscathed. The brand new windshield you all paid for.
And everything else got totaled.
Yeah.
You know, when I've had things like that happen in my life, I think it's just stuff. At least no
Yeah.
one got hurt.
Yeah,
It's
I mean,
just-
I have pictures of the accident, and it's amazing that no one got hurt in this accident.
I'm glad to hear it. Okay, Alan, take us out.
Let's get out of here.